everybody. Come on. Thank you. Thank you, Chesley. It's an honor to be here. Thank you. Yes, I am visiting from Los Angeles. I got in last night. I grew up in North Jersey, so I'm staying with my parents. Been here one night, already ran into an ex-girlfriend. One night already. Already happened. My mom asked me to go to the store. Sure, Ma, I'll go for you. No problem. Only thing she needed, 48 pack of toilet paper. I was just standing there holding that puppy. She came walking in. What have I been up to? Just shitting everywhere. Just crapping it out, making it real weird. It's getting to send help. Please send help. Also, I miss you. That is not true. I don't miss her. I have a new girlfriend. She's great. I think we're going to make it because I trust her. Never had that before. Trust her now infinitely more that I found out that quinoa is a grain and not like a super hot African yoga teacher, which is maybe something I thought for like 6 hours last week. She came home from yoga on the phone, one of her girlfriends, and I accidentally on purpose overheard her talking about how much she loved quinoa and couldn't get enough of that quinoa. And I was like, who the fuck is quinoa? What kind of name is that? And luckily, I Googled it. And I say luckily for me, because I don't even want to know what that argument would have been like. Just would have been a giant L. Giant L in the Paul column. I trust her, and also, last week, she didn't dump me when, while having sex with her, I kissed my own arm. Still stuck it out through that. It was an accident, I promise. I'm aware that I look 100% like the kind of guy that would kiss his own arm during sex. I'm aware of that. I'm with you. This was an accident. It wasn't my like American Psycho moment. We were making love, which is what I do now that I'm in my 30s. I don't fuck anymore. Not because I don't want to. I just can't. Like I just can't hack it anymore. I'm in the stage of my life where if I sneeze in a compromising position, like I'm gonna separate my shoulder. That's just what's gonna happen. So we were making love, and we were just, you know, doing it, and time came for a neck kiss. She loves the neck kiss, so I was like, I'm gonna go for it. And I planned a nice, wet, sensual, strong, but also soft kiss directly on my right bicep. And you know what? Message received, because as soon as I felt it, I was like, oh yeah, she would have loved that. Yeah, she really would have been into that. Like, I felt more secure in the relationship as soon as I felt it. I was like, yeah, I'm in a good place. I'm in a really good place right now. I work in a bar. Well, actually, I do this for money, and I work in a bar because I'm passionate about mixology. There's something about muddling a cucumber for a half hour and then charging you $70 for 2 drinks that really speaks to me. The other night, this guy walked in, and as soon as he walked in, I was like, oh, I know this guy. I knew, and not like that I recognized him from TV, like I knew that like we had hung out or something, only I couldn't place it. So he came up to the bar, he orders, and I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry if this is weird, but I know you, and I just can't place it. Like, are you a comedian? Have we done the road together? Or where do I know you from? And he was like, well, no, I'm not a comedian. But about 3.5 years ago, me and you did split a motel room and an 8-ball of cocaine. And I was like, Rob, hey, how are you, man? Good to see you. Glad you're here right now. Hey, did you, quick question, did you ever get that 24-hour bounce house business off the ground? No? You serious? We talked about that all night. You kidding me? Telling me the cocaine binge business plan never took off? I'm so surprised to hear that. That'll be $70. I got fired for having that little interaction. Apparently my boss was within earshot, and he was just not down with the cocaine binge rehashing with the customer. I got fired and then immediately rehired. I didn't even know that was possible, but I pulled it off. I want to reenact it for you. If someone could help me in the front row, would you like to help me? You don't look very happy. Would you please stand up? All right, what's your name?
Greg.
Greg, hey, Paul, good to meet you. Give it up for Greg, everyone. Clap it up. Just as a side note, no one's ever stood for this joke before, so breaking down. No, this is fine. No, it's good. It's good. So here's what's gonna happen. When you're ready, you're gonna fire me, and the only rule that you have to follow is when you're done with your spiel, you have to say the bottom line is you're fired. So when you're done, and with that, I'm gonna show you how to inadvertently lose and get back your job in a second. Also, your name's Blake, so just think about how awful that is. So I'm gonna be me. He's gonna play my boss, Blake. This is how you lose your job and get it back immediately.
Cocaine, man.
I'm sorry. Can't handle it.
Bottom line. I actually forgot what I had to say.
Are you serious?
I had a job.
One. Like six words. So, fire me.
Bottom line is you're fired.
No! And I just held eye contact until I ran out of air. Thank you very much. Greg, everyone. I made that noise in front of a group of colleagues, and my boss was like, I'm sorry, apparently I did not know how much you needed this job. I'm very sorry. Very sorry for that. I'm glad it happened though, because it made me appreciate. I love that job. I would have missed that job. I met an ugly girl named Jasmine at that job. That had never happened before. She's like, "Hey, I'm Jasmine." I was like, "Claire, could we do Claire instead?" That would make me a lot more comfortable with this. I met a guy who asked me if I knew where outside was at that job. No idea how to answer that. I was like, it's everywhere. That's not the answer you needed. But I've never been asked that question before. I'm sorry. And my favorite thing ever that happened at work once was this guy came up to the bar, beeline. And from like 30 feet away, I knew he was coming right for me. And comes right up to me and goes, "How much is a rum and coke?" I go, $10. He goes, "How much is a gin and tonic?" $10. One rum and coke. I was like, "You can have a rum and coke and a gin and tonic. You're the weirdest guy ever. I can't believe." They're on me. They're on me. Before I go, one quick story / terrifying story about my nephew. I have 4 nephews, 11, 7, don't know, don't care, because they're not interesting enough yet. My brother's oldest kid did this last time I was home visiting. He went up to the television and swiped the screen, and when it didn't react like an iPad, lost his goddamn mind. Just had a complete and total meltdown. What makes it terrifying is that while this was going on, me and my brother were in the same room being like, "Look at this, high definition TV, DVR, you don't have to watch commercials anymore. You believe this?" And while this is happening, a tiny person that doesn't know words yet is like, what is this piece of garbage doing in my house? Why is it not obeying my fingertip commands? Guys, my name is Paul. You're fun. Thanks, Paul. Give it over Paul, everybody. Come on. Paul Palmeri.